Hey, good evening, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could be with me this Monday evening, March 21st, 2022. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to help you become a successful currency trader. And we are so confident we can do that once we've trained you, we let you trade with company funds. In this session, I am going to go over a couple of our a dozen or so trading indicators or signals, and we'll do our analysis and take a trade. My goal is for you to, one, learn how to get better at trading, and two, if you're new, to just see how accurate our tools are and give you the confidence to go forward with our trial and see for yourself. So with that, we start by listening to this guy. So let's do that.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
We are so confident in how well our tools perform that we do live trades every day. If you haven't muted yourself, please mute yourself. If you are a light, you get access to what's in the yellow. So we've got our trade tonight. We will be doing it again tomorrow morning at 6:30. However, when you become a regular member, we've got in addition to the trades that we do here, we do a morning trade, a little scalp trade at 10 in the morning Eastern time, and then a more long-term trade at 10 in the evening where we're trading Australian pairs. And then at 8 o'clock, there is also another trade. So lots of opportunities to trade, see how accurate we are. One of the nice things is while you are learning, you can be making money because you can be copying the trades of successful traders. The guys who do these are very good traders. The trade that I particularly focus on, or actually one more thing here before we get going. So I got a little trade routine every day before I get started. I make sure everything is up and running. It is good practice to turn off and on your green chart, not to let it run days at a time. So turn it off and then just reboot it, log back in, and have a fresh chart every day. I did that before we came on. A good habit at the end of every day is to review your trading activity, specifically what you didn't do quite, the trades that didn't go how you expected them, and try to figure out as best you can why they didn't do that. If possible, take a screenshot. You can share that with whoever you're working with, whatever coach, or bring it to me. I can take a look and we can analyze it. As we are technical traders, we want to know what news is happening that might impact currency pairs. And we do that by going to forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks currency news down into 3 categories. Yellow is low impact, red is high impact, orange is medium impact, and red is high impact. We have clear sailing tonight and all the way through tomorrow. No red impacts. So we've got nothing to worry about. If it was a red, I would try to stay out of it. I wouldn't trade it 2 hours before and try to be out of it 2 hours beforehand. Usually 30 minutes after the event, I'll consider going back in after they've got whatever the bounce was that happened because of that activity. So with that, let's get into the trading. The chart I am going to work off is a chart that is one of the standard charts. It's the light 6 major. I like to call it a composite chart, as it's giving us multiple currency pairs. In this case, this first chart is all US pairs on a 1 hour chart, which means the candle has 1 hour's worth of information in it. When I trade off of a 1 hour chart, I am usually looking for between 5 and 35 pips. And I'm going to start with this middle chart, which is the majors and minors. And real simply, I am looking for a situation where the lines are above the blue line pointing down. This blue line is the overbought line. So when the market's overbought, that's a good time to sell. And likewise, when the market, this red line is the market oversold line. When the market is oversold, that is a good time to buy. So real simple, I can tell whether the lines are above or below and what direction they're going in. I do not like to trade when they're in the middle of the channel. So right now we are approaching the overbought and the lines are going up. So I'm going to pass. Here on the Euro USD, at this time of day, I'm not trading the Euro USD off of an hour chart. However, if you received my trade setup today, I did take a buy, but I took the buy looking at the day chart and the echo. I use a modified version of the 10 point to figure it out. So if you haven't looked at that, look at it. You can probably still take it. I don't expect that trade to close till about 2 in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning. But we are. This is a nice setup, but we're not going to take it because it's non-prime time for the euro and the dollar. So it's 1 in the morning or midnight in the morning. I don't think they've changed their clocks yet. And U.S. it's 6:30 here on the East Coast. So it's non-trading time. So on a 1 hour chart, I'm not going to take this trade, even though the setup is right, because it's non-prime time. I want to take it when one of the pairs are active. That's morning time for one of the pairs. So same with the pound dollar. Again, a nice signal here. But we're going to pass because it's off hours on both of these pairs. Same with U.S. Canadian. We're in the middle of the chart here, so we wouldn't consider this. Here, we are overbought with the dollar Swiss franc, but we've got inconsistent signals. The minors are going up while the majors are going down. I want everybody going in the right direction, and actually, my goal on this trade is to get 7 of the 10 line groups going in one direction. And when I do, that increases the probability or increases my accuracy rate. And it's all about how good your accuracy rate can be. And with our tools, you are going to be able to do more pips per week because you're going to be more accurate. Euro USD Jpy. All right, it is approaching morning in Japan, so we will consider this. So we're overbought. Everybody's going down. Miners have gone a little bit more than halfway down. That's okay. Majors are just about entering the channel. So I like this. So I've got 3 points here. Point number one is that we're overbought. Point number two is all the lines are pointing down. And point number three is the red line is crossed over the green line, and the black line is crossed over the gray line. So I've got the double cross, everybody pointing down, and I'm entering the channel. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to go up to my TNTs, and there are 2 orange lines and 2 blue lines, and I'm going to count how many of the lines are telling me sell. So the orange line is going up, so that's telling me buy, and the thick orange is flat. So that's not telling me buy nor sell, but it's definitely not telling me sell. Usually when this line is flat, like this down at the bottom, the thick orange line is telling us that it doesn't believe there's any more down in the movement. But from this chart, I can see that there's going to be more down in the movement. So I only have one here. The blue lines are inversely related. So what that means is when blue is going down, that means buy. So one is telling me buy, one is telling me sell. The thick blue going up is telling me sell. So I only have one of the 4 lines here telling me to sell. I need a minimum of 3 of the 4 lines. I don't have it, so I'm going to pass. If I did have it, then I would look down to the pressure. We have up pressure here. I want down pressure, but the red line is on top. And I get a point for the red line being on top. So there is a point here, but I don't have what I need here. I need 3 out of 4 on the TNTs, and I don't have it. So we are going to go to, basically what I've done is I've cloned this chart and made another set of 6. I call it the 6 major 2. And these are all non-US pairs. So let's take a look. Euro pound, middle of the channel. Australian yen, overbought, still going up. Euro Canadian, non-prime time for either, but we do have the signal here. But again, it's knowing when the right time is to trade on certain pairs. And for me, it's all about taking trades that have the highest probability of winning. And will this trade maybe win? Maybe, but the chances aren't as good. I want to see if I can find a trade that has the most optimal chance of winning. I only need 2 or 3 trades a day to make good money. So I want to be picky in those 2 or 3 trades that I make. And if I'm engaged in one trade, while I'm waiting for it, I can't take another one. I only like to keep 2 trades open at a time. So let's keep going. Australian New Zealand dollar. This is a nice signal, but it's a little bit more than halfway through the channel. I want to catch it, and wow, look at that big gap. Last hour it closed here, and then this hour it gapped. Usually when you see this kind of gap, this is a trade that we used to do on Sunday nights, the gap trade. It will come back to close the gap, and you can see it did come back to close the gap, but then it jumped up. It jumped back up and kept going up. But I don't like this because we're more than halfway. I want to try to get the run all the way through the channel. Pound yen. Ooh, we're just about halfway, the green line. I'm not as concerned that the minors have run through the channel. I'm kind of concerned where the majors, the red and the green line are. And the majors are just about there, or just a little bit past halfway. 2 orange lines are going up. Thick blue is coming down, so 3 of the 4 are here. I've got a real weak up pressure, sideways up pressure. very weak. Red line is on top, but since this green line is kind of going up, I'm going to call that mild up pressure. But I'm not crazy about it because of we're more than halfway. I want to try to get a trade where we can get that full move. And again, we had the gap here. And you can see it pulled down, it covered the gap, and then went back. Euro Australian dollar. All right, so it's approaching morning in Australia. We're oversold. Everybody's going up. Oops. Sorry about that. So we've got the 3 points here. We're oversold. Everybody's going up. And we got the double cross where the green and the gray are on top. Only thing I'm not crazy about. So I do have the 3 points, but I prefer to see a steeper slope on the green line here. See how steep this line is versus how steep this line is. I like it when it's steeper, but I do have the 3 points. I've got 4 points here, 4 points here. The 2 orange lines are going up. The 2 blue lines are going down. And I've got down pressure, but I've got the green on top. So there's a point here. So I've got 8 points. 1 with the pressure, green's on top. 3 with the majors and minors, and 4 with the TNTs. So this is the beginning of a good setup. So now what I need to do is a little bit more analysis. And if we look at my my little checklist, I want to know where the support and resistance is and what the trend is. So to know where the support and resistance is, I'm going to open a new chart, and I'm going to just open a Euro USD chart and then change it because I don't have a chart made up for the Euro AUD. So we're looking at a buy. So what I'm going to do now is this chart is kind of a detailed chart. It's showing me 6 different time frames on a single pair. In this case, it's the Euro USD. I've got a 2-minute, a 30-minute, a 1 hour, a 2 hour, a 4 hour, and a day. So I am going to change this to Euro AUD. And so this was the chart we were looking at. What I want to do is I want to get support for what I am seeing with the 2 hour and the 4 hour. And basically what I am looking for is I want to confirm that we're oversold. I don't want a situation where this is oversold and this is overbought. So we are oversold. And in this case, we've got the majors going up. So I like that. It doesn't necessarily need to be going up. I just want to know that it's oversold. So what I'm doing is kind of hedging my bet. If for some reason this doesn't do what I think it's going to do, the trade should still work out, but it'll just take longer. And the 4 hour, we are oversold, and the lines are kind of still going down. That's okay. I expect them to eventually turn. We've got weak down pressure here that's starting to roll. This is actually pretty good down pressure. The lines are converging and they're kind of steep going down. But I'm happy that the majors are going up here, and that the majors are oversold here. So I like that part of it. So the other thing I want to know is I want to look at a clean chart. So I am going to open up I'm going to open up my Euro USD, And we'll switch it over to Euro AUD. And I want to know what what happened here? Euro AUD. Try one more time. Euro AUD. There we go. All right, so the trend here is should be pretty obvious. We're trading into a downtrend. Reason I want to know the trend is if I'm taking a buy trade against the trend, I'm going to take more pips than I might if I'm taking a buy with the trend. So I want to drop some support and resistance on here so I can understand spots where the trading might slow down. And basically, support and resistance are spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. So they're stopping right in here, right in here, right here. They stopped. So I'm going to put a couple lines up below and above where the current price is. And on the Euro USD, these lines tend to be about 30 pips apart. So here, again, you can see it's bounced. And the market seems to respect these spots. So if we try to trade through them, it'll take a little bit longer. And since I want to get in and get out, I don't want to get stuck on that bounce. Because the longer I'm in the trade, the signal could change. So I want to get in and get out. So you can see it bounced here. It bounced a little in here, right in here, over here. So that's good enough for now. So we are trading into a big downtrend. It stalled out a little bit, and we're sitting right on this resistance line. So then I want to know, as I'm looking at it, so we're at a 0.4888, and we're going to 4980. So this is almost, it's 90 pips, almost 90 pips. So that's a bit big. That is a bit big. Let me see. Come on. That's a bit big. Let's drop one more line. Because on the hour chart, it's not going to move. All right, so you can see in here, over here, right in here. I'm wondering, we drop one in here. I'm going to go here on these, over here. So opening it back up, the question is, what's it worth? I want to know how much room I have to the next support and resistance. So 36 pips up. 36 pips up, 18 pips to here, 13, 8, 16. All right. So 35 pips till we go up here, but since we're going against the trend, I don't want to try to take that much. So let's go back and just double check. All right, the signals here. This is a little weak. It's a little weak because the green line here is more steep to less steep. Let's go ahead and take this for 10 pips. I think we can get 10 pips out of this. So I'm going to take my CoinEx or my MetaTrader 4. I am going to open up AUD USD. So to open up AUD USD, I'm going to go to File, Euro AUD. I'm going to go to New Chart. It's going to probably be in this third group, AUD or Euro AUD right here. Open up the chart. I am going to put this on 1 hour, so I'm looking at the same thing I was looking at before. When the spread on this is, we got a 3 pip spread. It's going from 9 to 2. So we got to give the broker 3 pips. All right, so now I'm going to go to the second row, which is new order. I'm going to confirm my symbol, Euro AUD. My volume is going to be a function of how much is in the account. This is a demo account. It's got 8,400 in it. So I am going to move the decimal spot over 4 spots to 0.81. So I'm going to take a lot size of 0.81. And I'm not going to worry about the stop loss or take profit right yet. I just want to get the trade in there. So I'm going to go market buy. And it records it. And if I right click anywhere in here along the order line, it brings up this menu. And I'm going to go to left click on modify. And now I'm going to add in my take profit and stop loss. I was thinking about 10 pips. I'm going to take 12 pips because we've got a little bit bigger spread here. I want to see where it shows up on the chart. But 12 pips is 120 points. I just add an extra 0 here. If I click the little blue button, it does the math for me and figures out what the take profit is. And I'm going to use a 4-to-1, which is basically a 40 pips stop loss. I'm going to click the red button. Again, it does the math for me. And then I'm going to click this big blue button for the modify. And I want to see, I always like to see where the stop loss is. So the stop loss is there. So we're good there. And I like that we're touching right here where we traded a couple hours ago, touching here. So I think we can get that. So we took a buy on the Euro AUD, buy on the Euro AUD with a take profit of 1.49039, 1.49039, and a stop loss of 1.48527, 1.48527. All right, gang. I don't think we have time to take another trade. What do we got here? We don't have time to take another trade. I was going to see if we could get a scalp trade in, but it's cutting it too close. We only have 10 seconds till the candle changes. So we will do this again tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning at 6:30 in the morning. This trade should be closed by then. Let's see if we've got any questions. No questions. We will see you tomorrow morning at 6:30 in the morning. So glad you could be here. We will make you great traders. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.